Hello everyone, today we are having a look at TX16S Mk3, so the new iteration of basically iconic radio from Radiomaster. We are looking if it's good for FPV, but first let's answer a question: what does it mean that the radio is good for FPV? And to help me with that, I will show you my old and trusty Mk1, where I removed the buttons and sliders. I trimmed this button because it was very long. I installed permanently a small QT on my ELRS. Of course, I added the HGO1 gimbals, which are fantastic. And if I want to do some long range, I've put a module here. And of course, there's a grip tape all around to help with the grip. This was my driver for quite a few years, but it was time for an upgrade. Let's have a look at Mk3. Super nice quality, extremely solid. Ever since GX12, all the radios by Radiomaster have this extremely solid feel, so even the antenna, nothing is flimsy, nothing feels cheap, everything is solid. So I really like that. Obviously that screen is crazy. It's really nice. You can also very easily replace corners, and that's the first difference you will notice. I replaced the corners with the plastic which is provided in the box, but instead of porting two buttons, those plastics have no place for slider. I just printed some dummies because for FPV we really don't need anything else. So that was done. I can show you actually the corners. You just pop two screws and you can just remove it with no hassle. And even here, that little slider is so smooth. It's really well made. So that's pretty cool. This radio has a Gemini. You have two antennas, and it can use both frequencies, which is pretty cool. Let's say you want to do some long range, or maybe you are flying a filming rig, which is expensive, and you want to have, as secure link as possible. You have it here, no problem. Additionally, it has a light sensor. This little thing here at the top is a light sensor and will dim the screen accordingly, which is pretty neat. So this single USB-C can be used to charge and actually connect radio to the PC. So that's pretty cool, because you can just sim, and people which do FPV typically use simulators, be it for freestyle or racing. Additionally, say you want to adjust spring or throttle, you just have to pop this element open and then you can access the springs. I will show you a small clip without disassembling the radio, which is nice. This is a Max edition, so of course it has HGO2 gimbals, the new iteration of HGO1s. Those gimbals are super smooth, they're really good. The Radiomaster has been doing stuff like that for a while now, and they are absolutely dominating the market. So those gimbals are absolutely worth the money. I mean, I had them in my previous radio as well. Obviously I had HGO1s and they come highly recommended. I was at the Whoop competition recently and I took the radio to ask people for some opinions, what they liked, what they didn't like, and if they would change to this radio. So here are a few people stating their opinions as well.
I like the screen. First of all, the screen is really nice and bright, nice and colorful. I like the colorway, the carbon. The colorway is really nice. The only thing that I don't really like is the ergonomic style of the radio. I like mine. It's a bit more bulky. It's a bit more, it feels nicer in my opinion. But if you need a new radio anyways and you're switching from a smaller radio to this one, I think it's a pretty solid choice. Gemini is nice, of course. You get a really good protocol as default in your radio. Overall, I think it's a pretty solid choice. Yeah, I wouldn't switch from my old TX16 to this one, because
No wonder, huh?
for now, I'll stick with this one. And but if you're looking to get a new radio, this one is going to be a really solid one.
New Radiomaster TX16S. Really like the big screen. Antenna feels really solid.
It does, yeah?
Gimbals are like on point. For me, it's a bit too big for my liking, and I don't use like that much switches. So for me, I like a more minimalistic look. But you can remove them, so that's an easy job. I think for me personally, I would go for the 15. It's a bit smaller, a bit more my liking, but it looks really premium. It's perfect.
First off, I think it's more ergonomic than the previous versions.
Yeah, I think so
Of
too.
course, it looks much better than the previous ones with all the included lights, the new AGO2 gimbals. Personally, I would get rid of these ones. They get in the way. I'm used to having the potentiometers here. So, but feel-wise, I really like it. I recently tried out the 16. I really like how it feels in the hand. Yeah, I mean, huge colored screen, touch screen, which is great. What I don't like, well, I'm kind of into more of the medium-sized radios, so, but still, this is really good for the ones who do like bigger radios.
Would you consider switching to it?
I mean, me personally, I really want the clear version. If there was a clear version, I would absolutely get it.
Nice.
But it's definitely a radio I would consider switching to.
Oh, no, you don't like it.
No,
Why?
for me it's too big.
It's too big. Okay.
Yeah. It's just too big, yeah.
Okay. Okay. You fly no planes, no nothing.
No,
Okay.
only drones.
Just FPV
The gimbals
racing.
do feel really nice.
There you go. There is one more topic to cover, which is which one might be better for you, TX16 Mark III or TX15 Max. Both radios are quite similar. The same very nice Radiomaster quality. I would say this basically boils down to the form factor, personal preference, and one additional aspect. This radio has dual band, so you can selectively use 2.4 or 900. This radio has Gemini, so you can mix and match, which is pretty nice. If you are flying expensive cinema rigs and you want to do the extreme diversity, I would say probably this one is better. You have basically more options to secure your radio link. And otherwise, I would say it's a matter of personal preference. Both radios are excellent, both radios are of very good quality. The gimbals in both cases are AGO2s, which are very nice. It's just this one mimics the Boxer form factor. It has those latching button here, which some people use for pre-arm, which is quite good. And that's about it. So you cannot go wrong with any of those radios, and I highly recommend getting any of them. Personally, I'm not sure which one I will get to use on my daily driver. I started simming on the 16 Mark III, and one thing which was immediately apparent was the similar form factor from TX16, which I'm used to because I was using it for so many years, and therefore this felt right at home, almost right off the bat. And of course, I spent quite some time on simulator getting used to the smaller form factor of TX15. So I'm not sure which one will become my daily driver. Both of them are simply very, very good radios, and you cannot go wrong with any of them. So overall, this is a very good new radio from Radiomaster. Really, really nice step up when it comes to quality from the previous model. Highly recommended for everyone.